It's time for another Wave Surf family. Welcome back to the channel. All praises to the Most High above. And shout out to everyone supporting the channel. Much appreciated. For real, leave a note in the comments. Let's get a conversation started. It could be lonely out here, man. We do it for the tribe. All praise the Most High. Everybody want to label us black, African American, FBA, all this nonsense, man. We are who we are. We are Israel. And we're just staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek. Plain and simple. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments. We on their head again with another video. Let's rock.
Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great. And thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
NATO. How do you feel about NATO?
I never met NATO. I never met NATO. I don't know nothing about it. I don't talk about people behind their back.
NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
But you didn't say that. I thought you were talking about the guy. I know this guy named NATO Jacobs.
You have to know these things. If you're running for public
office. Do you know
office,
NATO Jacobs?
You know NATO Jacobs? I know what NATO is.
Do you know NATO Jacobs?
I'm sorry, I haven't met the gentleman.
That's what I said. Didn't I say that? You don't know nothing about NATO? I don't know nothing about NATO.
We are the indigenous people of America. We always been here.
If you don't look like us, you are not native or original to America, and that's facts.
Our history in the Americas is over 25,000 years old. We are the original people here.
Chicago as his running mate.
Political analysts say this may be too little, too late.
Hi, I'm with the Port Commission. In a landmark decision, the Muskogee Creek Nation Supreme Court ordered citizenship for Creek freedmen. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm TJ Eckert.
I'm Naomi Kidd. I've been covering this story for years, even sitting through arguments in front of the Supreme Court just 43 days ago. Today, I dug through the court order and talked with an attorney who says this decision is decades in the making.
It's a joyous occasion.
Attorney DeMario Solomon Simmons represents Rhonda Grayson and Jeff Kennedy. The pair applied for citizenship into the Muskogee Nation in 2019, but were denied because their relatives were on the Dawes Freedmen rolls, not the blood rolls. Wednesday, the Muskogee Creek Nation Supreme Court said they will be citizens because the Treaty of 1866 guarantees it.
And I just appreciate the Supreme Court for looking at the law and applying the law as it's written.
DeMario has been at the center of this fight for years, and it's deeply personal for him.
And to know that when I was born a Creek citizen, and now because of this decision, I can once again become a Creek citizen.
He told me his great-great-great-great-grandfather helped negotiate the Treaty of 1866 between the Muskogee Nation and the federal government.
Does that mean that they made sure that the next group is protected too?
Well, it means two things. One, it means that they understood the gravity of the situation. Number two, it says that this issue again can be behind all of us Black Creeks or Creek freemen. And we can just go by the term of Creek. Just let us be who we are.
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, there lies a cemetery for Creek Indian freedmen, the tribe's former black slaves. It's neglected and becoming a dumping ground.
Yes, this is one of the Benjamins.
When Rhonda Grayson first heard about it, she didn't get very far in her inquiries about who owned this plot of land.
And when I received the second call, I said, this is the ancestors calling us, and we have to do something.
Not only did she find the owner, she managed to acquire the land on behalf of the Creek Indian freedmen. Now she's begun work on restoration and an accounting of who's buried here.
Now, this is Rebecca Johnson, born July 4th on Independence Day, 1865.
At the recent commemorations for the centenary of the Tulsa Race Massacre, Black Native Americans were a strong presence. And as with the massacre of 1921, many in the US and elsewhere aren't even aware of their existence. Some Native American tribes long accepted black members. But in what's now Oklahoma, white settlers judged the tribes civilized because not only did they assimilate with the newcomers in dress and religion, but also in the adoption of black chattel slavery. After the Civil War, the tribal nations abolished slavery as part of treaties signed with the federal government in 1866. Former slaves would be fully integrated and now known as freedmen. And there was full integration and intermarriage.
We know that America Cohee was born in 1888. She is an original enrollee of the Muskogee Creek Nation.
Rhonda Grayson's great-grandmother lived her whole life as a member of the Muskogee Creek tribe. But then, in 1979, the Creek passed new laws decreeing that freedmen were no longer tribal members. The other tribes followed. Freedmen would lose their tribal voting rights, as well as their housing, health, and other benefits.
Everyone should be outraged that this could happen in 1979.
Tribes argued it was an expression of their sovereignty. An 1866 treaty with the U.S. government should not be the final say on who was a member of their tribes. They should be.
Sovereignty is fine, but sovereignty does not give you the right to discriminate against a people, and that's essentially what's happening.
Grayson, who's been leading efforts to overturn the new laws, sees other motivations.
It's about greed and it's about racism is the core of the entire issue. That's it.
The ancestors of African Americans. Well, most African Americans believe that the majority of their DNA has roots in Africa, while the remaining has roots in Native American tribes and Europe. This is often backed by genetic studies that reveal that African Americans have 73.2% African DNA, 24% European DNA, and 0.8% Native American DNA. This makes everyone believe that they are majorly descendants of black slaves. But what if we tell you that it's wrong? You have been intentionally told so. In fact, studies reveal that about 98% of African Americans have Native American roots. So, why were you lied to and what do they want to hide?
This is Johnson Cemetery Mound, found in Mississippi. You see the tombstones on top? Those are the tombstones of colonizers who buried their ancestors on top of an ancient Negro American Indian mound. Crazy, right? It gets crazier. Everybody that was found there were Negro people. To combat that, they said African American slaves were buried there in the 20th century. Cap, our people have been burying our people there for thousands of years. That's why Negro people are buried there. We know the truth now.
Chapter 19. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness. And there Israel camped before the mount. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagles' wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
Right, it's Afro think tank. You know, I hear a lot from African Americans. I'm not African. I don't know anything about Africa. Nothing I do is African. I'm not African. I'm American. I'm not African. Because my culture, African American culture, is just American culture. I'm an American. I'm not African. Listen, we have not been gone from Africa that long. All right? We have not been gone. If you are an African American, you are the latest African import to the Western Hemisphere. Okay? Those South Americans, they're the ones who've been in slavery for 500 years. Those Caribbeans, they're the ones who've been in slavery for 400 something years. African Americans, barely 200 years. I'm trying to tell you, because they have the ship manifests. If you go to the National Archives, you can see the ship manifests. Most of us Africans came over here during the late 17th century, 1790. It's all there to be seen. You can Google it. You can ask ChatGPT to give it to you and give you the links. It takes zero effort to find out this information.
Disembark 1 month after hitting the sea. So how did this vessel hit the sea in May and arrive across the world in June? With a boatload of slaves, mind you. And this gets down to the other point. I am tired of the slave ship bullshit. The slave ship is bullshit. Once you understand the capability of vessels during certain times, not only could a vessel not make it from Europe to New Orleans or from Europe to Hispaniola in a month, they weren't large enough to house this many slaves. The slave ship is bullshit. And it's been proven in all of those depictions of those slave ships that we've seen, those, really legitimate, quote unquote, historically accurate depictions of slave ships and the cross section of a slave ship, all of those diagrams of slave ship, all of those really accurate diagrams of slave ships that get propagated across the world, they're all bullshit. They didn't exist. This has been studied and analyzed.
25 years ago, an epic motion picture was unleashed on America, considered one of the most important films in history. We are now proud to release this masterpiece on DVD for the very first time.
Oh. I said your name is Toby.
Kunta Kinte.
Damn. Steve, what I say about him so hard, man?
I'm sorry, are you all right?
You sorry? I'm gonna show you sorry, man. I'm gonna show you sorry, bro. Let me get up there.
You don't believe that Africans were brought over on slave ships?
Correct. I believe it may have happened, maybe people were brought over as slaves, but I don't think that the black people in America came from Africa on slave ships. I believe the people that were here were slowly conquered. First, they got the East Coast, and then they started spreading out west little by little, conquering. And when you conquer a tribe, what do? You enslave them. They're POWs, right?
Okay.
That's what you do. So after you conquer this tribe, you make them slaves. Now, how do you conquer the natives here? So let's say you got this tribe is warring against this tribe. Well, this tribe goes talk to the white man. White man says, yo, if you help me wipe out these people, then boom, I'll help you with whatever. So they get together and they wipe out this other tribe. Now, guess what? The white man now outnumbers this tribe. So he wipes them out. You just kill two birds with one stone. You just keep moving like that. We were the natives. We were not brought here on slave ships. That's not economically sound.
What do you mean?
Sense. So when Christopher Columbus got here, Christopher Columbus got to the Caribbean, according to primary source,
right?
They basically said the first thing he did was take slaves. He didn't bring slaves. He took slaves from the island. He captured people. So when you have colonization, you got to remember, the United States was only built 13 colonies at first, right? You think this whole land was empty? No, there were natives here.
Right.
But today we're taught that natives is some other people. No, natives are the melanated African being that has come here.
I'm from the Athlete's Foot Family.
Brother.
Hey.
And for the Africans that say, why do foundational Black Americans have the smoke for Africans, but not for the white supremacists that's held us down for 400 years, or the Chinese people that take advantage of us with Arabs that take advantage of us at the corner stores and the liquor stores? It hits harder because you claim to be Black. We have a black code over here that you don't know nothing about. We have a whole black code over here and you don't follow the black code rules. I mean, I'm just being real. You don't follow the black code rules. So you come over here and you want to act like the oppressor and take advantage of us instead of helping us in our fight. We've been fighting for years. Then you come over here and don't aid in our fight. What you do is join the plight. with the white men and the Arab and the Chinese. You fall in line with them, bro. That's why we're mad. Cause we wasn't even mad at y'all. You know, we felt sorry for y'all. They showed us flies flying in y'all eyes and stuff. We was like, damn, that's our brothers and sisters over there like that. Damn. We felt sorry for y'all when y'all got over here.
Haters, instigators, and defamers. That's all we gonna say. That's all we ain't got no more words. We ain't got no more words, brothers and sisters. I'm at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. The accounts are still frozen. We looking into it. The accounts are still frozen, brothers and sisters. We're supposed to hear back Friday. We're supposed to hear back Friday. That sounds like Monday to me. The bank is giving us the runaround. We ain't got our check back. So we're about to operate attorneys. Attorneys is about to get involved because we were told that when your account gets canceled, you're supposed to get your refund check for the amount that was in the account. We have not received that yet. So there's some funny business going on right now, brothers and sisters. There's some funny business going on.
You hear dimwits like Dr. Umar Johnson. Actually, he's not a dimwit. He's a great grifter. He's a phenomenal schemer and scammer. But you hear King Ibatunde talking about, I'm going to go to the continent. We could get African citizenship. Bro will not move out of America. He's so pan-African, but won't live in Africa. Bro refuses to leave America because he got to get his money from us, right? Because we got the money. So he wants to steal our money. But anyways, he's like, you could get citizenship in Africa. That's actually a lie. For most of us, you cannot get citizenship in Africa. Ghana, their government used that, the date of return, the year of return, they use that to bring in tourists and increase their economy and boost up their real estate and to get some more dollars as a reserve, more dollars in their treasury. That's what they use you for, dummy. They don't care anything about you, Black Americans. They damn near don't care about their own citizens. And throughout Africa, much of the continent is victim of huge levels of corruption, dishonesty, and deceit. So, if their governments and their people will cheat each other, for sure they'll cheat your Black ASS from the United States of America, okay?
How would you deal with white-collar crime?
First of all, there's no such thing as white-collar crime. There's definitely no such thing as black-on-black crime. Crime is crime. Let me explain something to you. I don't care if you have a white collar or a tank top. If you rob me, I'm going to whoop your ass.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face.